in your dreams.
How to be a successful student. How many times do I have to say successful? I want to be successful. Why do I need to do this? Where do I get this? How do I get this? Am I smart enough to do this? The changing world. Information economy, need for knowledge, lifelong learning. Students increase their opportunities for a better paid and more satisfying career. Students who are defined as self-regulated participate proactively in the learning process.
Don't know much about history.
Students self-activate and self-direct efforts to acquire knowledge and skills by implementing specific strategies rather than just passively reacting to their teachers. Academic, self-regulated learning strategies include self-evaluation, organizing and transforming, goal setting and planning, seeking information, keeping records and monitoring, environmental structuring, self-consequences. Rehearsing and memorizing, seeking peer assistance, seeking teacher assistance, seeking adult assistance, reviewing tests, reviewing notes, reviewing texts. The skill set, or a repertoire of alternative methods that adaptive students can use to overcome difficulties in learning. Self-evaluation. I check over my work to look for mistakes. I read it back to myself to make sure it sounds correct. I always ask myself, am I happy with this piece of work? Does my work answer the questions being asked? Have I fulfilled all of the assessment requirements? Organizing and transforming. I consciously think about my work. I always construct a plan before I commence a project. I take notes in class in a notebook. I use the brainstorming process to sort out my thoughts. I like to sketch out my ideas before starting. I always rely on my research work for building a quality assignment. I rewrite sections that are poorly worded. Goal setting and planning. I know what I want to do when I leave school. I know what I don't want to do when I leave school. I always plan ahead and give myself adequate time. I create a study plan each week. I want to do well and know what I must do. Seeking information. I always build a collection of sources before attempting an assignment. I use the library and internet to research my projects. I know good information from bad information. I am responsible in citing resources that I use.
I have to spend my time wisely. I have to use it efficiently with the best strategy.
So you keep a watch on your desk?
Yes, every time. If I do keep the watch on my hand, it'll just make my hand uncomfortable, and I need full comfortability when I'm doing my projects. You can see I'm researching from Wikipedia, a very good research website.
Keeping recordings and monitoring. I took notes of the class discussion. I highlighted all of the important facts. I filed away all of the important details for later reference. I kept a list of all of the words that I got wrong. Environmental structuring. I don't sit next to students who talk continually. I check my bag before I come to school to make sure I have all my needs. I have a personal study area that is quiet and without distractions. I turn off the music, radio, television, internet so as to give myself less distractions. Self-consequences. I reward myself when I do well. I know when I need to play less and study more. I set time aside for study and time for rest and recreation. I feel guilty until I've completed the task fully. I want others to think of me as hardworking and conscientious about my learning. Rehearsing and memorizing. I read my lines over and over until I know them. I have my own strategies for learning my lines. I practice whenever I have a chance. I will write it over and over until I remember. I use a range of strategies for learning complex ideas.
As you stand by me.
Do you think you need to keep learning all of your life?
I think so,
Why?
because it is important. Without knowledge, I am nothing.
Do you have any strategies that you use for learning things? How do you learn things?
I just look at them and remember them, then I usually go home and revise.
Well, what if some think it's uncool?
That happens very often. Maybe they just don't think. They just do before thinking.
Seeking assistance. Seek assistance from peers, teacher, and parents. I don't understand this problem. Could you please assist me in going over this? I need additional help in mastering this skill. Will you assist me? I know I don't understand this concept. What is your understanding? Reviewing. I always review my homework, tests, examination papers, and assignments. I review, check, and change my assignments as needed, compare my results with others, and review the questions asked and any assessment guides given. I reread and think about my textbooks. I read my notes and summarize the important facts. Attitude. I try to always adopt a positive attitude to learning. I do well when I put the required effort into a task. I focus on the questions being asked. Try to stay focused in class, not drift off or daydream. A happy student will continue to succeed. I will not be defeated by my past failures. I will overcome through better self-organization.
Through my eyes, but still the days seem the same. And these children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't tell them to grow up out of it. Yes, it's me.